love me, yeah, they love me. First love yourself. For that, and God we trust me. I don't trust myself. Your jewelry, I get it took.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, and don't be worried, I'm not by myself up here with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
What's up? What's up, killer? How you doing, man?
What's the deal?
You see this red and white for the Chiefs? You see my Chiefs are back? Did you see us in the cold, killer? Hey, I understand.
First of all, I don't even got to argue with you about it because the fans or our fans already are mad at you for skipping town on them. It's crazy because you saying that you wearing red and white for the Chiefs. That's a Boston hat. You just grab anything red and white you can find to act like you was down with the Chiefs, man. Look, it's fine with me, but they on to you, nigga. I'm glad you laughed because they on to you. They on to you. You said that.
Killer, if he comes back to Titletown, I have to let him back in the door. If he wants to live back in Titletown, I have to let him back in the door.
We gonna get to that, man. We'll wait till we get to it. I ain't even gonna pay you no mind yet, man. Red and white for the Chiefs. This nigga's amazing, man. Shit say Boston. Shit is nowhere near Kansas City, but good.
It's the colors. He's trying to support, but we'll see. Okay, so Cowboys had an interesting game. The Packers had a 20-point lead to the Cowboys before halftime and eventually won 48-32, eliminating the Cocaine Cowboys. The Packers will play the 49ers in the divisional round. So thoughts on the game and then what is next?
I feel sad for Prescott for real because he played a good game, you know. And when you play a good game like that and you don't win, it's kind of like you leave Jerry Jones no other choice but to say, "Come on, my nigga." I know he don't want to say it, but it's like if you don't win, getting 400 yards, you're probably not gonna win. This ain't for you. Go ahead, killer. What do you think about that? You know how nigga give his absolute best and still don't win?
I'll say this, man. I'm not agreeing with that take. Dak Prescott had a decent game. A lot of them yards was at the end of the game when niggas was up. They was up 32 points, and then don't let the score deceive you. Like the score was 48-32, but realistically, that shit they was down 27 points at one particular time. It was 27 zip. They never was going to win this game. At the end, you know, Dak and CeeDee Lamb hooked up a few times. Dak made some incredible throws. Realistically, I would say Dak had, and that's not, don't get me wrong, it's still a good game. If you ask me, maybe about 260, 250. He had a decent game. Yeah. The 2 interceptions didn't hurt. But on the other side of football, look, man, it don't look like Green Bay is missing Aaron Rodgers whatsoever. Jordan Love, very, very respectable game. 16 for 21, only missed 5 passes, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. This is looking really good. See, what happens is we all get caught up emotionally, including myself. When Aaron Rodgers was at Green Bay, and everybody's like, "Oh, why are they drafting a quarterback? Why are they not drafting another receiver? Why are they not getting another receiver to help Aaron Rodgers?" Sometimes us as fans are not the scouts and not the people going to watch talent. Right. This is what they get paid to do. Murder, they go get paid to watch these kids since they're 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. And whoever picked up Jordan Love really knew what they was doing. I mean, he sat down behind Rodgers for a couple years, got to learn, and he looked really cool, calm, and collective yesterday in the in the pocket, the passes he's throwing, sidearm throws, on the dime throws. I'm
Yeah.
talking about if he would have held the ball another second, it would have been a sack. He made amazing plays today. So whoever decided to get Jordan Love, I think it was a great decision. Them young boys went in there and beat the shit out the Cowboys. There's no other way to explain it. It
Yeah.
wasn't like it was close. It was never close. They beat the shit out the Cowboys, and good luck to them next week against the 49ers. Now, back to the Cowboys. Look, and we joke a lot up here, and we make, sometimes we're not joking, and I'm not saying if I'm joking or not, because I'm not really sure. Yeah, because I'm not saying to go get high, and I'm not saying to go use drugs. All I'm saying is
But they played better high.
Last time they won was when niggas was on drugs. I'm not telling niggas to go buy a kilo of cocaine. I'm just telling y'all what happened the last time the Cowboys won. It's funny, Murder. Your Wi-Fi was kind of trippy that day, and Jermaine Dupri brought some light to the show that I didn't know about. And he said that the Cowboys in the 90s hung out at this place called the White House in the 90s when they was winning the Super Bowls. And then I remember Michael Irvin saying, look, we just trying to find a place to do the wrong thing the right way. So we ain't at no clubs. we not hanging out in no bars. We not in no strip spots. We are at the White House. I can imagine that may be an interview alone with somebody if Michael Irvin want to ever shed some light on what was going on at the White House. As far as and listen, like I said, I'm not telling niggas to get high, but that's what happened the last time the Cowboys won. Troy Aikman, I'm not saying him, I'm not saying anybody, I'm not even saying Michael Irvin. Emmitt Smith, the rest of that crew was known for cocaine. We're not just saying the cocaine Cowboys for no reason. Lastly, what I'll say is this.
We might have to do the documentary on the White House, though. The White House sounds crazy.
Right, yeah, I agree. The documentary, the Is What It Is presents the White House, 1991 to 96, would be crazy. That'll be crazy. The Is What It Is presents the Dallas White House. That'll be crazy.
Yeah,
we need to look into that.
Crazy.
Yeah, let's look into that. What I'll say is this, and we've been talking about it all year since week 2, when OJ said that their defense was the 85
Bears. Yeah.
I can't, and
Where's
everybody
OJ right
been looking. Everybody looking for Uncle O. He'll be back tomorrow. I cannot wait to talk to him about all this tomorrow, man. It's going to be really exciting. But this is what I was saying. We talked about this since week 1, Murder. Cowboys this. The Cowboys are looking good. Oh, this the Cowboys here. The Cowboys this. And I say it always matters when the playoffs start. And the sad thing about this situation is I didn't even think that they would get eliminated wild card weekend. Like, y'all niggas got eliminated on wild card weekend in the first round. So at the end of the day, it's purely ridiculous. What I will say is this, Murder, is this. I think Mike McCarthy, he just lost to his old team where they let him go. You know, him and Aaron Rodgers got into some shit. He got out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And you lose to your own, and you lose to your own team. I think Mike McCarthy is out, and Bill Belichick is going to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you that right now. Bill Belichick next year goes
the White
to the
House.
Dallas Cowboys. Because listen, this is right up Bill Belichick's alley. He don't have a lot of time left. This is right up his alley. Hold on, man. Let me turn this shit off. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry about that.
I was wondering what that was.
Now my alarm, I'm making sure I was up for the show. Listen, Bill Belichick is 72 years old. Jerry Jones is 81, 82 years old. The window is closing, and no disrespect, on life. On certain, once you get to certain age. Now listen, I hope niggas make it to live 158 years old. This is right up Bill Belichick's alley. You got a good quarterback. a very decent quarterback, and a top-notch defense. Their defense is really good. I tell you one thing, I don't know Super Bowl, but they wouldn't have lost that game today if Bill Belichick was coaching that game today. They wouldn't have came in there unprepared like that. I'm calling it now. Whatever day this is, January 14th, 2024, Bill Belichick will be coaching the Dallas Cowboys when the season starts next year.
And the White House will be reopened. And Belichick will have his shirt off.
Yeah, creeping out. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So some quick stats just about the Packers. So they started 3-6. Since then, they've won 7 of their last 9 games, and Jordan Love has thrown for 21 touchdowns and only 1 interception in that stretch. And they became the first number 7 seed to win in the playoffs. Also, just if you look at their team, they're one of the youngest, they are the youngest team in the league. So the fact that they beat the Cowboys at home is crazy. So shout out to them. I just want to say that anything is possible. I mean, I kept saying Cowboys fans shouldn't overlook Green Bay, which is what I think a lot of people started to do. So I think as, the games continue, we're going to see a lot of unexpected things that we didn't expect. But, I mean, shout out to Green Bay.
And that's another thing, man. Listen, the last 5-6 weeks I talked about it on here as well. Jordan Love was playing sensational football the last 5-6 weeks. I was looking like, yo, this kid looks all right, man. He looks all right. Now, to beat the Dallas Cowboys, I had no idea this was going to happen. But the last 5 to 6 weeks, Jordy Love has been looking really sensational, man. So shout out to everybody out there at Green Bay. Stat just said I forgot to bring that up, but I'm glad Stat did. Yeah, not only did they win, they set records on y'all motherfuckers. The only
shout out to
ever do it.
Yeah, shout out to the O-line. He owed them some Rolexes or something. They're protecting them crazy.
True. Very true.
Facts. Okay. So the Dolphins were eliminated from the playoffs after losing to the Chiefs 26-7. They only got 7 points, y'all. Was this the outcome you expected?
What the fuck, yo? I hate this nigga, man. Yo, all I'm gonna do is this murder. I don't gotta say nothing because all our fans are gonna know that you skipped town on them niggas.
The little Uzi dance on Killer.
Yeah, you skip town on them niggas, man. You skip town on the guy. You can go first. Go ahead. You got on a red and white hat that says Boston, but it stands for Kansas City. This shit is crazy with you, my nigga. Go ahead, bro. You go first, man.
Yo. I mean, I was expecting things to heat up because it got so cold, Who are we to lose? How can we lose to Miami?
Who are we to lose is wild. Who are we to lose is really wild.
I mean, when you think about it, Taylor was there, I was there in spirit. Who are we to lose? Did you think we was going to lose, Killer?
When we get done,
all I want to know is, did you think we was going to lose?
No, I didn't think that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to lose. I don't know who we are. I didn't think that the Kansas City Chiefs would lose.
Killer, when things go haywire, that champ title town pedigree, it just raises up, and that's when you find out what a team is made of. So the realistically, the altitude in the air really had nothing to do with it. Look at Pat Mahomes. I told you it's the first quarterback every time. Y'all could take this and use this and say you got it from Mase. Give me my quote. It's the first quarterback to 225 yards. There's no way for us to lose, Killer, right now. The only
you didn't say that last game. You didn't say that last game.
Is the
you
Ravens.
Didn't say that about Dak Prescott when he got the 225 first. What about Dak Prescott last game we was just talking about? He got 225 first. what happened to that theory with that? Dak Prescott got the 225 first. What happened?
Tua didn't. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about Tua. We're not talking about Prescott. We're talking about Tua versus Mahomes. Tua had 199. He never got the 200. So it further proceeds my theory is true, Killer. Is that correct?
Your
Is that
theory
correct? Because I see your
is
facial
absolutely
expression.
incorrect. It's absolutely
Is that
incorrect. Your
correct?
theory, no, it's not correct. Your theory is
How
the
many
first quarterback to get the
yards did Tua
225
have?
yards.
How many yards did Tua
That's
have?
not your theory. Your
No, but
theory,
I'm
the
asking you
whole
a question.
season,
How many yards did he have?
199 yards.
All
199
right, so he never
yards.
made it to what I was talking, and
But that's
that's
not
why
your
he
theory.
lost.
Your theory is too wide range. Your theory is the first
Okay, go ahead.
quarterback
Go
that
ahead.
you just said it in a segment. Your theory is the first quarterback to make it to 225 wins passing yards.
Normally wins.
That
Normally wins all the time.
now here we go to normally all the time. Your language is crazy. Normally all the time is wild. Anyway,
I
before I
learned
get
that
to
from
the game,
Uncle O. Uncle O said normally always. Oh, which one is
normal,
it? Blueberry juice?
yeah,
Go ahead,
nigga,
killer.
normally always. Yeah, before I even get into the game, you and Stat will sit there and act like she ain't got nothing to do with it. Said, I think it is both of y'all. Taylor Swift got to stop coming to the games. I think it's Taylor Swift. Stat, you said that, the Stat agreed, said, yeah, yo, you do have a point. It might be a little bit of Taylor Swift, a little bit too much. Taylor Swift was swagging, surfing, in the booth, had everybody
Yeah,
jumping around.
she was black for this one.
It
So
don't
that's
matter
why we
what y'all
won.
said she couldn't come. No, y'all, no, listen, you and Stat said it was too much. Maybe she need to stay home. All this wild shit. Both of y'all niggas said that shit. You
She
said
was
it, Stat
Team
agreed with
Murder
y'all.
that day.
Y'all was both from Jacksonville. There was a bunch of shit going on that day. They come in here and they beat the Miami Dolphins, who's been great all year. Listen, I didn't think the Miami Dolphins would win anyway, to be totally honest with you. It's -4 degrees. It felt like 23 degrees. Tua has never played in a game where the temperature is less than 46 degrees. I thought that was a recipe for disaster from the jump. I think if it was a different climate, it might have been a different game. Not saying that the Miami Dolphins would have won. But at the end of the day, you live in Miami and you play in Miami. Not saying you don't go on the road, but it's not like going to 25 degrees. It's not like going to 15 degrees. It's not even going to like 10 degrees. Listen, -4 degrees with the wind chill factor at -23 degrees is not a game, man. That is some real shit. And when you live in Miami, you have problems. Now, if they played against the Buffalo Bills or the Chicago Bears or not even the Minnesota Vikings because they got an indoor stadium. People who are used to playing in that temperature, they could deal with that. It was no way the Miami Heat was going to win in that climate. I'm not saying that Kansas City wasn't better than them. Patrick Mahomes had a decent game. It wasn't sensational, but had one touchdown, 262 yards. Patrick Mahomes, that's a regular game. You know, we're used to all the theatrics from Patrick Mahomes, but to me, the weather played a huge part in this game, and
You think the
congratulations
weather?
to the.
You think the weather was 20, 21 points, 19 points?
Yeah, yes, yeah. When you murder, the nigga never played in lower than 46 degrees. The shit was minus
right.
23 degrees. It was -4, but the wind chill factor, that's a 50-degree difference. And with the wind chill factor involved, it's an 83-degree difference that a nigga never played in. Listen, I'm not saying that they would have won. Like I said, I'm not saying that they're a better team or even would have won the game. But I'm 7 points is impressive for niggas who live in 80-degree weather all year round. You had no receiver besides that had more than 65 yards. Look, it wasn't meant for them that day. The lead in Russia had 33 yards. All your niggas, your Russian team you've been talking about all year from Miami. Nobody had more. These niggas, these the niggas you've been talking about all year. These niggas was freezing, nigga.
Yo,
them niggas was freezing.
Yeah,
them niggas looking for a flight back to Miami.
Yeah, shout out to young CAMRON that's going to Colorado. Remember, he said that's the reason he wanted to go to Colorado. He said it'll make him a better football player when he get to the league, being able to play in those cold climates. So that might be another reason why y'all young players need to go out there to Colorado. And then on the DMs, all the girls are hitting me up saying that it's no way a cheetah like Hill can win when he's a cheater. That's what they said. I don't know what I was supposed to do with that.
Yo, murder. Girls be in your DMs and shit. They still be in your DMs. What kind of DMs you be getting from the girls?
They said, please put this up there. There's no way a nigga cheat that much to win. This is karma. I said, I don't know if that's karma, but we're going to put it up on the screen for you.
But I'm not even talking about Tyreek Hill. Girls be in your DMs?
For sports.
That's crazy. Okay. Okay. No, listen. I know it's more than sports. You only answering sports. Let's be clear. Murder's only responding to you females if it has something to do with sports. Stop trying to climb in their pause for anything else. Because I know, I know how to read that whole play. Y'all try to lead off with sports and then hit niggas with, I thought you was cute my whole life. Leave that man alone, y'all. Leave that man alone, B. I know that's
how they be hitting me up for you. They said, tell Killer put me on a halftime show. When is it going back up?
Oh, y'all can hit me direct. My shit be kind of flooded, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all can hit me direct. Sports or no sports. If you got something to offer that makes sense, let me know. Y'all can talk to me about anything, man. The halftime show will be back real soon. Maybe we'll do it next week, man. Playoffs, and we'll see. I was out of town yesterday and the day before, so maybe we'll see. We'll think about doing it next week. The halftime show will return before the football season's over, though.
So statistically, the Dolphins actually haven't won a playoff game since 2000. So it's like, I think a lot of people were like, oh, maybe this will be the Dolphins' chance. In addition to the weather, I think all odds were against them. Sad to say, but that's just what it is. So moving along, the Texans defeated the Browns.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Is she saying Jay Filler is better than Tua? Is that what she just said?
I just said all the odds were definitely against the Dolphins. You had cold weather. They haven't won a playoff game since 2000. And they haven't been performing well when they get to the next level. Like at the beginning, we were like, yeah, Dolphins. Then it's like, all right, it dwindled down. And we all seen it.
Oh my goodness.
It is what it is.
That isn't what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that you just going to ignore what I said, Stat, and wait till your show check out the stat to say what you have to say. So you wasn't agreeing with Mase saying that Taylor Swift don't need to be there? You didn't say that? You wasn't I think it is a little bit too much. It might be too much, and we might need to revisit it. You have nothing to say about that. We're just going to move on.
No, I co-signed that. I did say that. I did say that indeed. Yeah. And I still think they show her a lot. But as long as they win, that's all that matters.
I agree with y'all. I do think they show a lot. I know it.
They haven't even won an Arrowhead since 2011. So why did you think they was going to win?
Man, sweet, we big past that, man. You on delay, man. You like 20
We talking about Taylor Swift,
man. We talking about Taylor Swift. Nigga tried to go back. Nah, we wasn't moving. I wanted Stat to act like she agreed with you, and she just tried to brush it under the rug, man. That was crazy.
I do usually do that.
Usually she tried to be like, usually she'd be like, well, I did agree with Mase, but the real, she just tried, nah, man. Listen, Jacksonville, y'all niggas is ill, dog. Jacksonville in the building today. Both of them said Taylor Swift don't need to be there. Taylor, she's swagging.
That's T Murder. That ain't Taylor. That's T Murder.
Nah, that was whoever it is. This what Taylor was doing.
That's T Murder.
Had the whole fucking skybox swagging. Shout out to Taylor Swift. Came through with the 87 jacket, Nike joint. Looked like they made it especially for her. Shut Murder and Stat down. Fuck out of here.
Cam had to make that clear, which he is right. I did say that. But I will say her little swag surf, it was lit. I was like, okay, Taylor, she got a little,
that wasn't
everybody was hating, but I wasn't mad at it. But they do show her a lot, but she gets a pass for that.
Everybody was hating. You were hating, Stat.
So were you, Mase.
Facts.
Okay.
That's a fact. Both of y'all was hating.
Moving along, the Texans defeated the Browns 45-14, and they are now the 4th seed. Next, they will either play in Baltimore or Kansas City. So thoughts on the game, and which upcoming game do you think would be the best scenario for them? Baltimore or Kansas City?
First of all, shout out to the Go ahead, Murder.
Go ahead, Kelly. Nah, the young man
My
was
bad.
he was talking about God crazy. So he might be ready for either or team. I don't know. That would be my position because he was talking like he was destined to do this. We gonna find out next week though how close he is to God though. We gonna find out because these next two opponents gonna be really serious. But he played exceptionally well, but he didn't look like he was a newcomer out there or a rookie. He looked like he belonged out there the whole time.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Shout out to C.J. Stroud. 16 for 21, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I was rooting for Joe Flacco, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like the story.
Yeah.
The story, he come off the couch. He did sensational for his last 4 or 5 games. He played in the regular season, maybe 6 games. If he would have won, they would have played Baltimore. It would have been fucking, the storyline would have been crazy. Go against the old team and the old quarterback they got rid of you for. I was rooting for that storyline. Also, you got to see Deshaun Watson stand on the sideline and watch C.J. Stroud take the Houston Texans to the second round. And he's standing there just like this with his arms folded looking.
Exactly.
And that was his friend. That was his franchise at one time. You got to realize this. And he was forced his way out. Even with all, you got to realize, and people probably don't pay attention to this, is that the hand job, masseuse, however you want to name it, that scrutiny didn't come out until he asked for trades. He's like, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be here no more. His receiver, I think is Hopkins. Don't quote me on that. And went to Arizona. His number 1 target. He was upset about that when he got traded. He's like, I want to get traded. I want to get traded. All of a sudden, a word, you want to get traded? Scandal. Hand jobs, masseuse. End up not being able to play. End up going to the Browns where he couldn't play a majority of the games last year because he was under suspension from the NFL for, integrity, whatever the rule is called when you can't play for jeopardizing your credibility with the league. I don't know the exact term for it at the moment. And then this year, you've been hurt and haven't been able to play to your full capability. Then you sit there and watch this rookie take your team to the next round. And you have to sit there and watch that shit, Deshaun Watson. God damn. Not only did he take your former team to the next round, your backup quarterback that they got off the couch played much better than you this year. Now, Joe Flacco didn't have a great game, but he still had 307 yards, 1 touchdown. He threw them 2 interceptions because he's under distress. The offensive line really let him down yesterday, but day before yesterday. But at the end of the day, I think Joe Flacco did all he could do for a guy coming off the couch this season. If I'm the Cleveland Browns, I keep Joe Flacco because even as a backup, Joe Flacco is good. But what I would do is I would keep him and let him battle with Deshaun Watson for that starting position next year. Now, I know you don't want to have a guy you're paying $250 million to guarantee coming off the bench and not playing, but you obviously have to do what's best for the team. But right now, I don't think Joe Flacco is a bad backup quarterback if need be. But back to the Houston Texans, gotta love that. I'm happy for a black coach that be going to the next round. Really, really happy about that. C.J. Stroud, like Mase said, he looked really, really well. He had 16 for 21, like I said, 274. Only difference with C.J. Stroud, and like Mase said, definitely all the glory goes to God every time for everything you do, absolutely. The difference between C.J. Stroud, though, and I'm going to say Jordan Love, Jordan Love is not technically a rookie, but this is his first year, starting for a team, is that C.J. Stroud, and shout out to my nigga because he's from Ohio, is that he's more amazed, like, damn, I really did it. The last 2 games to get into the playoffs and win the playoffs, he's like, No, last week when he got in the playoffs, he was crying. And this week he was just amazed that they won. The difference between him and Jordan Love is Jordan Love looked like this is what I expected to do. This is what I was born to do. Like his confidence, and don't get me wrong, CJ Stroud had that confidence during the game, just after the game. And don't get me wrong, Mase is 100% right. If it makes you cry and give your glory to God, so be it. If it's a lot of people don't know, I pray every day when I get to my house just to make it home every single night. But just from a football perspective, Jordan Love had more confidence. If I'm comparing two rookie quarterbacks, and like I said, Jordan Love is not a rookie quarterback, but this is his first year starting a full season. He had that Diddy bop, this is what I was born to do, man. This is what I planned on doing. But that also may come with watching Aaron Rodgers for 2 years. It isn't like CJ Stroud had to watch Aaron Rodgers for 2 years neither.
Yeah.
Jordan Love also had the luxury of watching Aaron Rodgers.
Do you think he's more confident?
I'm not going to say that because I'm just saying, as a Harlem nigga, a lot of times we looking at the Diddy bop. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. On the field, they both look to say this has nothing to do with on the field play. Nothing what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when the game is over and Jordan Love look like
sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan Love had to. I don't know what else the fuck y'all was expecting. That's what we came to do. Come here and beat the Cowboys' ass. And CJ Stroud was just like, he was so thankful, yo, and you got to respect that too. That's what Murder, when he said thank God, that is sensational, super sensational. Not saying Jordan Love isn't thanking God. It was just two different Diddy bops. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Jordan Love Diddy bop is, I'm the one,
exactly.
And CJ Stroud is saying, I'm the one because he made me the one. You get what I'm saying? So he felt like he got like this other thing working for him, which is interesting because if things go wrong for Jordan Love, he might not have nothing to fall back on. CJ Stroud feel like he can figure out the bad thing because he got somebody helping him. So that's interesting. That's a good point, though.
And no, listen, murder. See, I don't want you to misinterpret what I'm saying. Because it's two different things. It's kind of like me and you, and I'm not comparing me and you. But because I pray or believe in God, and I don't necessarily do it in public, that don't mean that you believe in God more than I believe in God. You're just more public with it.
I like that
answer.
That's a
you
great
get what
answer.
I'm saying? So you can't
just
sit
because
here.
you're public don't mean you're better.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that I'm better than you or you're better than me, but I'm saying is I don't want people to misunderstand and saying Jordan Love don't believe in a higher power. I'm just saying
no, I agree with that. I agree with that because that's what I say to people. That's what I tell people.
Right.
So a couple quick stats because y'all know I got to add those in. So CJ Stroud is the youngest quarterback in NFL history to win a playoff game, and the Texans are advancing to the divisional round for the first time since 2019. I personally think CJ Stroud deserves Offensive Rookie of the Year. I know a lot of people were looking at a lot of other players. I just think that he, at this point, has definitely proven himself. Also, considering the Texans have, a first-year offensive coordinator and head coach, I mean, we see they've beat all the odds. I mean, they lost their first two games and they've finally found a momentum that I think works. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Texans progress, not even just now for the rest of the playoffs, but as, the seasons go by. So I think it's real interesting. Shout out to the Texans. Like I said earlier, I think a lot of us chose other quarterbacks, but I think CJ Stroud has proven himself. And now I'm not putting him in this conversation just yet, but people are starting to put him in top 5 quarterback conversations. I still think that is to be had later, but we will see what happens. Okay.
Stat, don't act like I didn't pick him in the beginning of the year, Stat. Come on now.
I'm like, I don't recall.
Neither,
no, I'm just playing.
Usually I'm like,
I just said that to watch Killer.
I
couldn't even play it off.
I wonder how the quarterback from I wonder how the Panthers quarterback feel right
Bryce
now
Young,
watching
yeah,
CJ Stroud.
yeah. But also, he was put in a very
Listen.
bad situation as well. Like, yes, Texans are a newer situation, but I think the Panthers have a lot more rebuilding to do for sure. Hey, the Lions
No,
beat.
real quick though, because I want to chime in what y'all was saying.
Yeah.
Is how y'all was saying about the Panthers quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and for rookie quarterbacks. And listen,
Yeah.
the Panthers didn't have a great situation. And I'm not saying that CJ Stroud walked in with the best situation. I think who feels worse than the Panthers quarterback is who I was talking about earlier in the segment, Deshaun Watson. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like Deshaun Watson, they didn't want you to leave. You forced your way out of there. You forced your way out of there. The scandals come. They might have covered up them scandals. Those scandals might have been going on for years, and I'm not accusing the Houston Texans or the NFL for covering up anything. But what I'm saying is, it's mighty coincidental how all these scandals for hand jobs come out when you keep requesting for trades and you don't want to be there. And not only that, you have to sit there and watch a nigga take your franchise. It was your franchise to the second round 2 years after you leave. I think worse than that quarterback in North Carolina, Deshaun Watson got to feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong. Okay. The Lions beat the Rams 24-23. The Lions' last playoff win was in 1992, so Lions fans are real happy right now. Do you think they have what it takes to take it all the way and go to the Super Bowl?
This is a step-by-step thing. If they end up in the Super Bowl, it's going to be step-by-step. I don't think nobody will go on the record right now and just say, I got the Lions in the Super Bowl. If they win the next game, will we think of that? Better be the question. But right now, I don't think nobody in America got the Lions going to the Super Bowl. The road is too crazy. But what do you think, Killer?
Well, we know the Cowboys are in the motherfucking way. We know that. We got to see what the Eagles do next, right?
Yes.
So to me, right now, on the record, because Mase said nobody's willing to go on the record.
I would go on the record, but nobody would jump out there like I would jump out there. You know, that's what I'm trying to say, Killer. All my people are in Detroit. I keep telling you this. So there's nobody want Detroit to win more than I want.
I thought they was in Milwaukee, Mason. You said they was in Milwaukee with the Bishop and the crew. You say all your people.
Oh, that's my spiritual people. My spiritual people is in Milwaukee. Niggas I know from the street is in Detroit. Remember, Detroit players. Tim's for the hooligans in Brooklyn.
You said that. You did say that. You did say that. Shout out to the Cheddar Boys out there.
Yeah, shout out to Detroit. My roots go back to Detroit. Pause.
All we got to do is ask Nick. I asked Nick what I said. Nick, I don't know if the public can hear Nick. I said that the Detroit Lions was going to make it to the NFC Championship. I don't know if people can hear Nick, if Nick is even there. I said this.
No, that's good. We're talking about Super Bowl, though. Are you saying Super Bowl, though, cool. Cam? We're not talking about NFC Championship. We're talking about Super Bowl, Cameron.
Thank you, Nick. Nick with the thumbs up. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, bro.
Nick Saban, you've been out of it.
Thank you, bro.
Nick Saban, we've been handled Nick Saban.
Thank you, man.
Listen.
Thank you, man.
Killer. We're not talking NFC. We're talking Super Bowl. Super Bowl. I'm the only one that would jump out there like that.
When you ready to stop DJing and let me talk, because your spin game is crazy. You wouldn't even let me finish what I had to say. I said what I was about to say is the Cowboys out the way. We got to see what Philadelphia does. The only people that I would put right now in the NFC ahead of the Lions is the Cowboys. Pardon me, not the Cowboys, are the 49ers. Uncle O for you when we see you tomorrow, nigga. It's the 49ers. And the 49ers have been looking like they're not as invincible as we thought they were. They have not been looking that invincible the last 3 or 4 weeks. So it's not impossible for the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. I will say this, though. If anybody's in front of them, it's only the 49ers, man. Back to today's game real quick, though. Look, I watched this whole game from beginning to end. The first half was a fucking shootout, bro. It was so much on the line because a lot of people not a lot of people, for new people because, we get a lot of viewers on learning sports. They say, yo, Murder and Cam, they have so much personality. I never really gave a fuck about sports. I never really cared about it. But watching them two in the morning, I like their energy, and now I want to learn more about sports just fucking with them two niggas. So just to bring people up to speed who's not familiar, Jared Goff played for the Rams, which he got them to a Super Bowl. Jared Goff, who's now currently the Detroit Lions quarterback. He played for the Rams, got them to a Super Bowl, they lost. Matthew Stafford, who's now the Rams quarterback, played for Detroit. These, for 12 years, never won anything. These two got traded. The first year that Matthew Stafford got to the Rams, he wins a Super Bowl. So now Jared Goff looked like he was the problem. Now, fast forward a couple years later, the Lions are having a sensational year. And these two teams meet. So when this game started, I'm like, yeah, this is the game I want to see out of out of all the games. I want to see this game the most this weekend because you got a nigga who left Detroit. His kids was born in Detroit. All Matthew Stafford's kids who was there. He's a Detroit nigga. He got traded to the Rams. He's been there most of his adult life. And now you got Jared Goff playing the old team who's saying, yeah, y'all niggas ain't want me. Let's go. Let's get busy. Let's see what's up. And the first half was some gunslinger shit. Motherfucking Jared Goff come down. First possession of the game. Matthew Stafford comes down. They don't get a touchdown. They get a field goal. Jared Goff comes down again. Another touchdown. Matt Stafford comes down. Touchdown. Jared Goff comes down. Touchdown. Matthew Stafford comes down. They're going. I said, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, let's go. This is like, let's go. This Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler first round type shit. I'm like, yo, let's go. And all eyes on Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp didn't really get busy today. Hold on, let me look at this young man's name because he went crazy for the Rams, and I never heard of him. I'm gonna be totally honest with you, but I don't want to pronounce his name wrong.
Naka or something like that.
Noka, yes. Fam, I'm looking at the game. I said, who the fuck is this nigga? 9 catches, 181 yards. He went crazy because, they all watching Cooper Kupp because that's the number one receiver. But
he set the rookie record.
Man, he went crazy. I watched the game. Yeah, he went crazy. So the second half wasn't really as good as the first half offensively, but it was just as good defensively because you got teams who need to get stops. And Detroit came out on top. I love the storyline. Barry Sanders was there today. Calvin Johnson, Megatron was there today. They actually had a season ticket holder for the last 66 years who's been there. Since the last time the Lions were in the Super Bowl in 1957, they kept showing him he was 89 years old. And after I see him, I said, no matter what, I am rooting for the Lions. This man been imagine being a ticket holder for 66 years. Listen, my bitch got to love me like he loved the Lions, yo. If you my bitch don't love me like that nigga love the Lions, I don't want you. I do not want you. That man right there, y'all niggas better take that man to the Super Bowl, bro. He's 89 years old and been a 66-year season ticket holder and been at the last time. My mother was 2 years old when the last time they would been to the Super Bowl. So, yo, listen, that was a very, very exciting game to watch, and congratulations to the Detroit Lions. What I will say is this: I cannot wait for tomorrow, Murder. Remember OJ? Oh, we know golf's going to stink it up when the playoffs come. Why are we even talking about the Lions? As soon as the playoffs come,
I don't even know why we even mention them.
Yeah. I can't wait for O to get back tomorrow. I cannot wait, baby. I can't wait.
How do you pronounce that wide receiver name again?
Yeah, it's Puka Nacua. So he was just drafted, and that's the other player that's up for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like that's who people think it should be him or CJ Stroud because he's been having an amazing rookie season.
It should be CJ Stroud. It should be CJ Stroud, but he definitely got to feel a certain way that the Lions were never winning in the playoffs.
I'm jumping in.
I'm a new young nigga.
Hold on.
I get there.
I'm jumping in.
I show up 181 yards. He got to be feeling himself.
That's the problem, brother. Listen, no, I agree with that part. My problem with you is this. Because we've been watching CJ Stroud, and I don't know if CJ Stroud should get it or not. From my perspective, he should. But we just, don't lie. Then don't say and lie and even act like you knew about Nacua. Don't lie, because I see you're about to act like they told you. Before you even say it, they told you. We did not know you've been kicking ass like this. Go ahead and say you knew. Go ahead and say you've been knowing what was going on.
Cam.
Go ahead and lie.
Cam, you didn't know. You didn't know. And you don't know everything I know.
I know it.
It's not for me to tell you everything I know.
I knew it. I knew you was going to do this, but it's cool. Go ahead. I knew it.
But you knew that. You knew that. You didn't know nothing else, but you knew that was coming.
You didn't even know how to pronounce the man's name 2 minutes ago. Now you didn't even know how to pronounce the nigga name. Now you know about him.
We call him Pookie Nacua.
I don't know about that one at all. I don't know about that.
Yo, Nick, say it. That was wild, Nick. Nick, that was wild, Nick. He needed his own 30 minutes to spare.
Well,
yeah, man.
Good. Shout out to Puka.
He got it. He got it out the Pookie Nacua. I'm out.
What? Niggas start calling him Pookie Nacua. You gonna say, yo, murdered this. He didn't know. He knew. All right. Go ahead.
All right, bro. Yeah, bro.
Well, we're going to go to break on that note. When we return, we will discuss the stadium conditions ahead of the Bills versus Steelers game. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. Wanna be free. Why am I in this woman way?
Welcome back. So let's get into our Underdog Fantasy picks of the day. Tonight, the Bills will play the Steelers. Josh Allen is at 1.5 passing touchdowns. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Say it again. My phone dropped.
Yeah. Josh Allen versus the Steelers is at 1.5 passing touchdowns. Do you have him higher or lower?
Higher, of course. Even in the snow, I think he should get more than 1.5 touchdowns.
Yeah, the snow benefits Buffalo, I believe. I'm going higher as well.
Okay. Stephon Diggs is at 5.5 receptions. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm going to go lower. I think he should be. I think that I think that they're going to know he's the main target, so he won't get that many receptions. Unless Stephon Diggs is one of them niggas just start crying on the sidelines and run up to Josh Allen. Fuck you not passing me the ball. Yeah. I'm going to go lower, but I could be wrong, but I'm going to go lower.
Okay.
Yeah, they're telling me that he travels with his photographers, so I definitely got him lower for this game. He's going to be too busy on his fashion and his outfit.
Okay. And Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph is at 27.5 passing attempts. Do you have him higher or lower Mase?
Well, his name Mase. I gotta kind of. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I learned today there's no benefit in doubt, and I'm going lower.
This ain't even really about if he do his thing or not. He's only the passing attempts. It's about if this ain't really about him. This is about if Mike Tomlinson, Mike T believes in him. I don't want to say his last name wrong right now, but if he believes in him, look, that's a great question. That's a great bait. Because if he catches on fire, damn, I wish I.
I'm saying
this is a great question.
With the wind going so crazy, they probably gonna have to run the ball more. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely, you're right. That's a great point. I'm gonna go lower because of what Mase just said.
Okay. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too. So because of the snowstorm in Buffalo, the Bills versus Steelers game was moved to tonight. Do you think postponing the game was a good idea? As we know, Kansas City played in pretty bad weather conditions. And then since the Bills have home field advantage, who do you see winning the game? So 2-part question.
Well, they're paying people $20 to shovel snow, and they got to bring their own shovel. That's the first thing. They got to pay more money than $20. Got to pay more money than $20. And Cam, I know you want to say something about that, but they should pay them more than $20, especially if I got to bring my own shovel. How much is the renter's fee for the shovel? I'm bringing my own equipment to work for you.
Well, we should find out what is minimum wage in Buffalo, Stat, while we talk about this. Let's find out what the minimum wage is, first of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, the next question is this. If I shovel the snow, are seats included? Now, that may factor in
They're giving you food. They said they'll give you food in a warm environment to eat your food.
And it's $16 an hour right now.
So you're getting $4 more than minimum wage. I would listen if you're getting tickets with that. Because think about it, it's probably a 2 or 3 hour job. And listen, second of all, Mase, they're being nice. They can have machines to come get this shit done. They actually could pay the city. I think this is giving back to some of the people in Baltimore. And I think it'll be tickets included. I don't know this for a fact, but if I shovel, I want to see the damn game as well, so I can tell niggas I helped shovel and watch the game. It's paying $4 more. Yeah, murder.
Cam,
yep.
The New York governor can't be trusted, yo. Is it if you do the backstory, she moved it to Monday. Niggas is gonna be working, so they won't be able to get that extra $4. It was easier to get it on Sunday.
No, the thing about it, Murder, you in Australia, you forgot about whose birthday it is tomorrow. It's no work tomorrow. You forgot about our black leaders and all that, man.
Yeah, but you gonna make a nigga work on MLK Day? You making niggas work on MLK Day?
Who said that the people are black? Who said it ain't gonna be white people working? Now you see, you stereotyping. You think we always got it? We grew out that. It may be white people working, Murder.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm glad. Now, I knew you was going to do that, right? You know that, right? I'm a master chess player, right? I knew that. I moved that pawn because I knew you was going to do that. Now, listen to this. I'm a master chess player. I moved that there because I knew he was going to do that.
Okay.
Now, the person you're taking up for is actually allegedly the person messing up the economy of Harlem, Cam, which you are from. You're born in Harlem. So I knew you was going to say this. So I brought it right back to you to tell me now, how do you feel knowing that this same person allegedly might be responsible for moving all of the people that look like you out of Harlem to get the property and got niggas working on MLK Day?
I wasn't taking up for anybody. I was just telling you that it's no work tomorrow. You said that it was work tomorrow. This is what you said. Then I said that you forgot it was MLK Day. I didn't say. I no. I'm not. I'm gonna now. I'm gonna get it back to you on the checkmate. I'm gonna checkmate it. I'm gonna checkmate you. So if we won't go down this road, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Go, DJ.
First of all, I was saying there's no work tomorrow. Secondly, you automatically threw niggas in there that they got to go shovel it up. Thirdly, you say I'm taking up. You automatically threw black people under the bus like I had to leave black people. Thirdly, you're talking about she's messing it up, gentrifying Harlem. If you want to be technical, Mario Cuomo was the governor when gentrification started. She's carrying the torch. So we going to who started the gentrification. It was Cuomo. It wasn't her.
Okay.
She's just picking off where it started at. So if you want to blame anybody for gentrification in Harlem, blame Cuomo.
I'm not just talking about gentrification. That's another pawn I just moved to see if you was going to bow out or you was going to keep fighting.
No fight. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We the same person. Let's go. We already,
go, DJ.
Let's
go. Let's go. All right. There's a documentary I'm going to send you to Save Harlem. Okay? Save Harlem.
Okay.
And then I'm going to end with this. I stand corrected because out here is January 15th. So that threw me off a little bit. So I stand corrected in that. I'm already in the 15th. So I'm a day ahead.
Who won, Stat? Who won? Stat, who won the argument?
This is where I plead the fifth and I stay neutral.
Stat, cool. You got a bonus.
I stay neutral.
You get a bonus, Stat.
I'm dead. Okay.
See that?
Yeah. So that was good though. That was good. You quick on your feet.
Yeah. Listen, man, that's why we work with each other, because this could have went on for 2 hours, actually.
Stat. Nigga said today is the 15th where he is.
Yeah, well, that means you didn't even celebrate it where you at.
I did, actually.
Then you would have, how'd you forget if you celebrated it?
Because the day is actually almost over.
No, the question is how.
But that means
how did you celebrate?
Yeah, how'd you celebrate it? Yeah, yesterday. How'd you celebrate it if you forgot? The problem is this. My problem with you with this scenario is you're not taking it overseas to let them know what we went through.
That was who I was talking to on the phone when I told I need this room clean now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what that was for? Okay.
Yeah, that was what that was for. See, just a little pan so you can see food's still on the table. I'm leaving it. It's MLK Day.
Okay, no problem. Big shout out to MLK though. We're not even joking about the MLK Day. Big shout out to MLK.
Real.
Yeah.
And the family and everything he stood for and fight it to get our rights for us today.
There we go. Okay, so last question before we close. So obviously we know that the Steelers versus Bills game was postponed because of the weather, but given that the Chiefs versus Dolphins game was played in pretty bad weather, I mean, it was -4 degrees Fahrenheit, and with the wind, it felt like -27. Did postponing the Steelers versus Bills game make sense to you? Because a lot of people said that they should have kept it the same day and they should have played in the snow anyways. But what do you guys think?
Me personally, I think. No, I understand the question. See, I seen Ryan Clark talk about this, and Ryan Clark was saying that when he played for the Steelers, he would hope for snow days or cold days because 9 out of 10 times the team that was coming to play them wouldn't be used to Pittsburgh weather. And I think me personally, I think cold weather, you have to play in no matter what the cold is. But I have a little bit of a problem with snow. And that's part of the game too. If somebody disagrees with me, I'm not even mad at you for disagreeing with me. I dig it.
Yeah.
Cam, that's how it goes. It's football, rain, sleet, snow. That's what it's supposed to be played out, supposed to be played. I think the players, me personally, if it was a regular season game, absolutely. But I think when it's playoffs on the line, you should at least be able to have your footing, your grounding, able to catch the ball. Listen, there's a lot of things that go on with snow. And I wouldn't mind that usually during a regular season game, but I think they did the right thing for the playoffs. I understand that the people that are probably mad are Buffalo fans because it would be an advantage for Buffalo. But if it wasn't the playoffs, I would agree with y'all. Being into the playoffs, I don't mind them moving the game.
Yeah, I agree with that part that Cam said. I definitely think it's an advantage to the home team because you get to be able to prepare another day in the comfort of your own surroundings. I think it took away the any given Sunday, the thing that could have happened and everybody got to adjust on the fly. That's the part that makes it sports, and that's the part that makes it competitive. And when you kind of tamper with that, you probably altered something that we would have saw that now we're not going to see.
Noted. Good points. Well, big game tonight. I'm excited to see who's going to win. We'll see what happens. But that's all the time we have for today.
I know one thing. You and OJ going to have that showdown tomorrow. Whoever wins. Pittsburgh versus Buffalo. Me and Murder going to sit back and watch this one.
Nice.
He going to sit back and watch this one, baby.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm ready too.
It's either going to be new school or granddaddy issues.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a shirt in itself. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
2 Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.